Kia ora, and welcome to the Beer Jerk Beer of the Week Drink Along. I'm Luke, and this week we are drinking Helden from Choice Bros. Helden is a German Pilsner. There's a lot of different kinds of Pilsners out there. German and Bohemian Pilsners are the original ones. Bohemian Pilsners is generally a little bit lighter malt. German Pilsner is generally made with Pilsner malt. This one is made with all New Zealand malt, but it will be Pilsner malt. And Pilsners differentiate themselves from a more traditional lager by being a bit hoppier, basically. There's generally more of a lingering bitterness to a Pilsner than your traditional, as I say, Helles lager. There's a whole world of different lager styles, but that's a chat for another day. But there's also a little bit of a world of Pilsners. So the OG would be the Bohemian or Czech Pilsner from Bohemia, and that sort of spread over the border into Bavaria in Germany, and the German brewers took their own take on it. About 200 years ago, it would have been the 1840s, where the first Pilsners kicked off and just became the most popular beer style in the whole world, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon. Pilsners are delicious. They're quaffable, they're moorish, they've got a dry finish, there's a bitterness to them, keeps you sipping more. And then also there are more modern Pilsners, American Pilsner, in the same way as American everything, American Pale Ale is a hoppier version than your English Pale Ale, etc., etc. So when something says American in front, generally it just means a bit hoppier. Then you've got your Italian Pilsner, which is the most modern of Pilsner subcategories. Basically that is just dry hopped. So dry hopped like you would an IPA. So it's a little bit elevated, a bit more bitter, but using more aroma hops in there. So Italian Pilsners are really cool, really interesting style. And then lastly, amongst the bigger Pilsner styles, subcategories, there's New Zealand Pilsner, which is a bullshit style. New Zealand Pilsners, I don't really know why, I don't make up the rules for the BJCP, but New Zealand Pilsners are often made with an ale yeast. So there'll be a top fermented beer rather than a bottom fermented beer. And maybe I'm a bit old fashioned, bit of a stickler, but for me, when you drink a Pilsner or a lager, I think it should be crisp and dry. It should be made with a lager yeast and not an ale. So as much as I really, really enjoy drinking a lot of New Zealand Pilsners, it's the same as an XPA. Anyway, rant over. This one in particular is from Choice Bros, who are one of my favourite brewers in the country, really. Manaia is doing a brilliant job heading up their brew team down there. So they're in central Wellington. You can go and visit their brew pub, and you should visit their brew pub. It's right in the middle of the city. They do decent food and very, very decent beers. They've always got a really good eclectic selection going on. And it's one of the few breweries in the country where they're constantly releasing different and unusual styles, rather than doing what people are asking and begging them to do, which is releasing a constant series of hazies, which is delicious, and they make you money. So it's understandable why breweries who are businesses are releasing a constant release of hazies. But Choice make an excellent hazy, certainly, but also a whole variety of other styles. Their super fast jellyfish series is pretty fantastic. That's been going really well in the bar recently. They just are constantly releasing different kettle sours with different kinds of fruit in them. So definitely I would recommend checking out, discovering some more Choice Bros beers and visiting the brewery. You have to excuse my voice, it's just getting a little bit worse, so hence why the video is late. I just couldn't really speak yesterday. Hopefully it'll be better in the coming weeks. You can see that I'm surrounded by boxes at the moment here at the warehouse. We're getting totally swamped with boxes and beers arriving for our premium advent calendar. It's going to be shipping in the next week, so we're going to be hard at work putting it all together. The premium advent calendar is a little bit like what we do with the beer of the week, but intense. It's 24 days in December. almost all of the beers are things that have been imported by us, especially for the calendar, or beers that have been brewed by brewers just for the advent calendar. So beers that you simply can't get elsewhere. I am aware that since we launched beer advent calendars in New Zealand, other people have started doing their own and packing them with beers that you can find in the supermarket. That is definitely not the case with ours. For less money than buying 24 supermarket beers, you can get yourself an advent calendar which is filled with the best beers we can get our hands on. So definitely, if you haven't grabbed one of those already, get it fast. If you have, then check out your letterbox at some point next week when we're going to be shipping them. I hope you enjoy this beer as much as I do. Just really smashable, really crisp, dry, got great aroma to it. German Pilsners often will use German hops. So this is maybe Helden. I'm not sure, there's some tap bang in here. They talk about mandarin citrus flavours, so I'm suspecting there may be some mandarin in Bavaria, which is why I'm getting a bit of a unusual characteristic to it. There's definitely not your classic German Pils. There's a unique profile that I can't quite put my finger on, so I probably do need to check in with the guys there and find out exactly what they did hop it with. But very easygoing, all-round delicious beer. It's very Moorish. Last little bit of news. Another thing that just landed in the warehouse is the Small Gods Bauble trilogy. So every Christmas, Small Gods release 3 festive beers, and they're always stupidly boozy beers inspired by Christmas flavours. So we've got Rejoice, which is a cherry and raspberry double stout. Hark is a gingerbread imperial stout, and Glory is an orange and clove Belgian dark strong ale. And I designed them to look like Christmas baubles. So nice festive beers. You may come across 1 or 2 of these in the advent calendar if you get it. You may see one of these coming up in the subscription, but you'll just have to keep your eyes out. They're going to be launching on the BREWERY website tomorrow, maybe even later tonight. Anyway, enjoy. Thank you for being part of the BREWERY Beer of the Week journey. See you next time. Cheers.